Okay, we are live. Welcome to Night Tiger Comics. I did a video like this a couple weeks ago. Everybody really enjoyed it. I just pulled a random short box out from the stack behind me. Just share what's in it. It's stuff that I did videos for, hauls, and it's all random from modern to golden age. I'm going to chill out a little bit here and see if anybody shows up. If not, that's okay. It's an impromptu. I gave like 10 minutes notice. It's just a Saturday night. I got to work tomorrow. I'm back to work and I got a new schedule and I work on weekends. Right now, I like it because I just like being back to work, but I'm sure eventually it's going to suck having to work every weekend. But I really am happy to be earning my own way again. The cat, you see Buster back there, he's been driving me nuts. We got one watcher. Hey, what's going on? If I shut the door, he cries and cries for me to let him in. If I let him in and shut the door, then he tears up my comics until I open the door so he can go out. He's quite a character. Another thing that's really agitated me, I just got another Golden Age book. I usually set them aside until I get enough for a good haul. I can't find it. I put all these books away because I'm obsessed with keeping my room kind of tidy. And now I don't know where I put the book. I bought an Australian crime book. Now it's going to drive me crazy until I find it. So I wonder who this mysterious watcher is. You want to make a comment out there? Is it Steve? Because I just got a text here. No, that's my cousin. My cousin, who I reconnected with, he said he's got a long box or two of comics, and he's coming by tomorrow because he wants to see me. He lives about an hour and a half away, and he said he's going to give me the comics. So I'm happy about that. So we have the short box. So anyways, these are ones I'm saving up for a haul. If you're following me on Instagram, you already seen these. These are, I just read this one. Man, it's got like, hey, hi, Aaliyah, how's it going, man? I just read this, and it's got like 6 stories in here. So I'm guessing it's like either 2 or 3 issues of Black Magic all in one. So it's a British reprint. Every story in here was like so good. I couldn't believe it. Usually it's like a hit and miss, but everyone was so good. I picked up number 10 and number 9 for $20 each from my comic shop. And I don't know if I showed this. I picked up this beauty. When I saw this at my comic shop, I couldn't pass it up. It's missing the centerfold. It cost me $50, but I have never seen this comic anywhere listed for sale. And it's really cool. But yeah, so I just figured I'd do this. Last time I did this during the day, everybody liked it. If anybody watches, if they don't, they can watch it on the replay. So what I'm going to do is start just pulling stuff out and just showing this. So hi, Aaliyah, I pulled a box from back here. All that stuff is the haul stuff from modern to golden age. It's just everything. I just don't even organize it until after I read it. And then you can see behind me, pile them up over there, and then I'll put them away over here in the long boxes in alphabetical order. Product placement, stacker 2, dollar to Dollar Tree. These are really good. They got 3 flavors. I only like the grape though. The lime tastes like snot. All right, so let's just start pulling stuff out of here. I just showed these in a haul recently. These books are hot right now. I really don't know why. There's no properties to them. I mean, so this is number 1, and then this is I think this is the newsstand one right here. So it's got a completely no wait, which one is it? I don't know because look. Okay, I'm confusing. Okay, this one is the newsstand, I believe, and this one is the direct, and it's in a package. and then one's the newsstand. So that's I don't know. I think I have a second one of the one in the package. So this one's out so that I can read it. But obviously, if they're the same, then I don't need that one. Prowler, what's up, dude? Icon number one. So these were just in a dollar bin, chilling out. I said, what the heck? They look interesting. I see a lot of people showing up. I like to try different things. I hope they're written really well. I went to the Comic Con and there was a dealer. He's got a small store. He sold me a Joker number one. He had $75 on it. He gave me $45 off. So anytime I go to the Comic Fest, it's really like everything is retail. And you really have to really hunt hard to find anything that's going to be a stealth buy. But I try to support all the vendors. If it's buying one book, there was one vendor, he had everything half off with silver and Bronze Age stuff. And I bought most of it from him. But this guy's got a small store about an hour away. So these were $2 a piece. They're all near mint. 1 through 3. I remember when I seen this movie as a kid. I think that scene stands out this scene stands out the most in my mind. I was not expecting what happened when he picked that up. I thought, oh man, that was cool. So it's burned in my memory, pun intended. All good, multitasking right now, watching the show Metal Mayhem on MTV. Oh yeah, sweet. I was just watching, if you're not subbed, Professor of Rock, man, the dude has got a killer content on YouTube. I just watched the one on Phil Collins. Then I watched the one before that on Boston and More Than a Feeling and how they wrote the song. It took them 5 years. That was a really good show. If I'm talking funny, I'm missing a tooth. I'm in the middle of getting some bone growth in a cap. I didn't want to wear a mask, so I'm going to try not to smile. Anyways, yes, I remember this movie was so good. Oh man, the 80s were awesome. Like I said, I try to support all the vendors, even if it's spending a few bucks. I mean, I did find some good stuff though. Actually, this stuff here came out of, this was 75 cents for this right here. Really low grade. I pressed them all out. They had stickers on. Before I realized that I had a steamer, I tried to get them off without a steamer and put a hole in the Spider-Man book, which is not here. Oh, actually, yeah, it is. I put a hole in the best book I got for 75 cents. And then I was in here and I was like, you idiot, you got a steamer. And so I steamed off the other ones and did a pretty good job. This one had a sticker right there, steamed it off. I may already have this, but for $75, 75 cents, who can pass this kind of stuff up? Yeah, man, the Professor Rock, he's really articulate. That's what I like about him. There's Buster again. You guys tuned in late. He's been torturing me. If I shut the door on him, he cries and cries, beats on the door. And if I let him in and then shut the door, then he terrorizes my comics until I keep the door open. So the door has to stay open like that all the time, or otherwise he freaks out. So anyways, Daredevil, number 55, 75 cents. Hawk and Dove, I don't even know. 2, 75 cents. Flash. I grabbed like 8 comics. The guy that I got them from, he works with my wife in the school system. He had $1 a piece. I said, how about I give you $6 for 8? He goes, I knew you were going to ask me something like that. He goes, but if you didn't, he said, if you didn't ask me, I wouldn't think something was right. Because they know me there. They know that I'm always trying to get a bargain. This was probably the best one out of the whole lot. And look at this water. It looks like it actually has water damage, but it's the water in the picture. Okay, let me see here. Professor Rock, multitasking. Never seen those. And how many? We got 4 people watching. Hey, 4 is better than nothing. I only picked this up because the homage cover to X-Men 45 for $1. I probably picked it up anyway. I don't have it. Okay, so that's like the recent stuff. Like I said, this is just all random. I just put it in here. No rhyme or no reason. This is a second Freedom Fighters. I got that for $5. It's pretty high grade. I got the first appearance also with this one for $5. So it's Justice League 107, 1973. I don't know. I've always had a fascination not only with Golden Age characters, but with characters that represent the United States. So like Uncle Sam, Captain America, something like that. And even though what's his name? I can't remember his name. On The Boys, even though he's an asshole, he looks cool. I love his uniform. What's his name? It's not. I'm thinking Highlander, but it's not Highlander. I just watched the rest of that today. And I'm not much into shows with cussing and sexual content, but man, that show is written really well. Oh, we got a little romance going on. I think I got this off eBay for like $6-7. Just thought the cover was cool. Look at the date stamp on her face. I'm a sucker for romance comics. I don't know why. Just because they scream the period. Midnight. What's going on? Homelander. That's right. I was thinking Highlander. Whoops. Look at that tooth. He's out. Now he's going to beat on the door in a minute. Yeah, that show is really good, man. Butcher, that dude's a psycho. Did you watch it? He tried to take on Black Noir. Black Noir is so cool, man. I can't wait to find out who he is. This one is I think this one was in $1 bill. Fantastic Four 104, November 1970. I don't know. Is that John Romita Jr. cover? I don't know. Not junior, senior cover. It looks like it. This was part of a trade AOK from Lady Fantastic. Really cool looking cover. Love the red. Red makes the Batman and Robin pop out on it. Secret Origins number 7. You guys can hear me pretty good. And how is the picture? Because usually this time of night, for some reason, the internet gets slow, which I don't understand. I usually wear these things right here, but for some reason I can't hear myself, so I start talking like super loud. What about this one here, huh? That's the one that kicked off the series. I think they were going to do a one-shot, and this did so well, they decided to do the series. Really cool series, too. And number 5 is the first appearance of Shroud. How old were you when you started buying comic books? When I started buying them, probably around 15 years old. When I started buying with my own money, around 14 or 15. Actually, the person that got me into comics was my cousin. He just messaged me on Facebook a week ago, and he's like, how you doing? We haven't spoken in 17 years. And we had kind of a falling out. I don't remember why. And so he apologized to me, and he said that he was sorry. He had something in his life that was going on, and I told him I don't even remember really why we were mad at each other. So he's coming over tomorrow, and we were talking. Because he's the one that got me into comics. He gave me a stack of Spider-Man comics when I was like 8 years old, and I just went through and I cut all the Spider-Mans out and pasted them in notebooks. And there were a few instances after that, like at the doctor, I saw a stack of comics, and I started to realize, hey, these things are cool. I love them. They're colorful. And then after that, I think around 12 years old, I started really looking to get comics for free because I didn't have a job. When I got a job, I started buying them. But he's coming tomorrow. He said, oh, I still have 2 big boxes of comics. I'll give them to you. So he's going to be here at 9 o'clock. Yeah, baby. So I'm happy about that. Hey, what's up, Steve? I was going to text you, but I didn't know if you had anything going on tonight. I was just doing an impromptu, pulled out a random short box of stuff that I haven't read yet, so I'm showing it. I did this video before. Everybody seemed to like it, so what the heck? Let me do it again. So what did I show? I just showed giant size super villain team up. So then I got Defenders Annual number 1. I keep finding this book for $1 at the flea market. market. I've had like 3 of them. Excuse me, my speech. I'm in the middle of. I hate to keep saying that, but I feel self-conscious about it. Getting in the middle of getting a cap on my tooth. I haven't got it yet. Got this on a stealth buy. I didn't even know what it was when I got it, and picked it up here in town for like, I don't even know, like $8. First appearance of the Unknown Soldier. It says first cover appearance too, so I don't know which one he is. But this is from July 1970, number 151. And you know, I have a special place in my heart for the Unknown Soldier because we were just talking when I was 13, 14 years old. Unknown Soldiers were comics that you could find everywhere for like a quarter. His own series, and then there was the Star Spangled War stories. I still have like a short box full. You could just buy them for $1 because nobody cared about that character, but the stories were so good, and the Joe Kubert art was really good. All right, so what do we? Let's like I'm telling you, there's just everything in here. Jerry Lewis. Now, this small shop in town, Captain Kirk's Geek Shop, he has a bunch of these for cheap. Before his shop, I've never seen these in the wild ever. These or Bob Hope. But I've been able to buy a bunch of these and Bob Hope's from him, even one Bob Hope Golden Age issue for like $5 or less. I got the Batman one. I got the Superman. Jerry Lewis has one with Batman and Robin on the cover and the Joker. And then he has another one, Superman, on the cover. And those aren't too easy to find. And like I said, I've never seen these anywhere else in the back issue bin, except this one store in town. Do I have any Red Hood Outlaws? Yes, I do. I picked up a few last year, maybe the year before. I don't buy new comics anymore, but some of the last new comics I bought, I think I bought a couple of issues of that Red Hood Outlaw. Unknown Soldier comics are great. Oh yeah, Enemy Ace is awesome too. I love the Enemy Ace title. It looks so cool on a comic book, especially with that Iron Cross in the title. I think I have some of those B covers too, the Red Hood Outlaws. Who did those? Matina, did he do some of those? Hey, what's up, DS? How's it going? Beautiful book you just showed. What was it? I can't remember. Dang, I just seen it on Instagram about an hour ago. I did it again. I've done this twice in the last week. I bid on a Golden Age book on eBay, and one I tried to put in $42. I ended up putting in $242, so I won, and I got a lot of great books. But then is it yesterday? There was one, and I was trying to win it. It's a superhero cover to Tip Top Comics. I think it's number 54. It's the only superhero cover in the whole entire run. And it was really low. So at the last second, I put in, I don't know, whatever. And someone outbid me. I was so frustrated. I just kept hitting that bid button, and I won it. But I won it for like $25 more than $30 more than what I wanted to pay. So it was like almost $70 with shipping. But it is a pretty rare book. I'm trying to keep it down so the wife don't hear. Okay, so back to this. Yeah, check that out. I think it's number 54, Tip Top Comics, which I have some Tarzan covers, and there's a lot of great Tarzan covers in that book. And they actually had number 4, and no one was bidding on it. It was in really bad shape, but that book's an 8 in the Gerber Guide. I was like debating, but the other one has the only superhero cover in the whole run. I was just reading Roy Thomas's interview with John Romita. Is it John Romita Jr.? Yeah, in Alter Ego about the Avengers, their Avengers run. John said he doesn't remember anything about it at all. Not one thing did he remember about working on that series with Roy Thomas. I thought that was funny. And Roy kept asking him questions, and he kept saying, "Sorry, Roy, I don't remember. I don't remember none of that." He goes, I do the work, I finish, and I don't even think about it again. I thought, man, that was funny. Hey, I'm back to work. So DS puts 79. I'm back to work now, baby. Making some money. Keep showing that tooth. I should put a mask on, huh? Look like a hillbilly. All right. So what do we got in here? Okay, we got a House of Secrets with a 10-cent cover price. I think I bought this was eBay wins. A guy like 3-4 years ago listed a bunch of these, and I won like 6 or 7 or 8 of them. Excuse me, for like $5 a piece. Love these House of Secrets, especially the early issues. They can be really cheesy, but then sometimes you'll get a good story. But they're nostalgic, and that's what I like about them. And I always think of that phrase. Someone said that early Silver or Silver Age DC is like your uncle's comics, and then Marvel was like the kids' comics, the cool ones, and these were like your uncle read these. You want the Last Ronin TMT? I see people showing that. Yeah, I know that's a hot book. There was a Sweet Sparkler Comics 14. Yep, Tarzan cover on Kling tonight. Oh yeah, wow, 425. Ooh, was that the one with the shark? Isn't that a Sparkler Comics? I got a few Tip Top comics with Tarzan covers from the 1930s. This was in a 50-cent bin, believe it or not. Here at the shop in town, I asked him. I said, "What's this doing in the 50-cent bin?" He goes, "Well, I didn't have a Silver Age bag, so he just threw it in the 50-cent bin." I said, "I'm glad you didn't. I'll take it." This is a game that you can play. You get some dice and some pieces, and you play your Supergirl game. It's right there on the cover. From 1968, March is actually a month after my birthday. As the origin of Supergirl, Jerry Siegel scripts, Jim Mooney, Kurt Swan on the art, number 360. Sent it to your IG. Check it out. All right, I'm going to check it out after the video because I have like a bunch of people sending me stuff right now. I'd have to sift through it. I had doubles on this. I picked it up for $5. First Earth Prime, where superheroes only exist in comic books. November 75, number 124. Always loved that Robin. He just looks so weird. There's so many Golden Age Robin outfits, and they always look cool to me. Got a stamp right here. It says 30 cents or something. I don't know. All right, let me pull some. I don't know. Like I said, there's so much different stuff in here. What about this one? Bernie Wrightson cover. Frankenstein Monster number 18. Who else? VM. I don't know who VM is. And Bernie Wrightson. Children of the Damned. There you go. Somali Crew. Children of the Damned. What else do we got here? We got some Batman. A Joe Kubert Batman. February 1966, right when the show was in full swing, huh? There isn't too many Kubert Batman covers. I know there was one that was really hot recently that had something to tie in with, they speculated was tying with Punchline. And I had picked up a bunch of those just because I liked the Joe Kubert cover. I had no idea that the book was going to be hot. I think that book was hot for like half a minute. Everything that even had a hint of Punchline connection was hot. Love these 52 pages or 48 pages for a quarter. January 1972. Run for Your Death. You need to be a drink of this. So if you're watching this on the replay, welcome to the show. Okay, you ready, DS? Are you there? That was $3. High grade copy. September 1970, number 10. Who does this? Doesn't have a signature on it. The Witching Hour. Beautiful cover. Thanks, Steve. I try. You know, we have the same taste in comic books. Actually, I think this is a second copy because I just read this. Ghost Rider number 17, April 1976. I thought it was pretty good. And, you know, Son of Satan first appeared in the title, or well, actually it was Marvel Spotlight. Number 5, wasn't that his first appearance? And Ghost Rider's first appearance also? A very private hell. Who doesn't love the Bronze Age, man? That was the innovation of Marvel. The Silver Age was a new universe that was beginning, and then it was like the Bronze Age. It was just like everything was off the hook, and they were off and running, and everything was just innovating. June 1969, first appearance and the death of Night Photon. This actually has art by Johnny Craig, who's an EC artist. Archie Goodwin on the scripts. I'm sure that, Steve, you're familiar with this one. I think that one, number 10, might be Nick Cardy. Oh, you got some legs going on right there. Who's that? I don't know who does that. The only thing that's not in here in this box is I don't think there's any Golden Age. How about this title? I do have number 9, which is first appearance of Death in Marvel Comics. This is number 5. I don't know what year. It's got to be like 73, 72. War is Hell. Is that a Frank Robbins cover? No, that's like more like Sal Buscema. I always could tell by the faces on Sal's work. His mouths, they always are frowning. Oh, it's Neil Adams? All right. I got to put that on the back. It's hard to tell on this one. If I look at the guy's face, it looks like Neil Adams from that guy's face. Oh, what else? What else? How about, we just talked about this, so how about that? I think I got this for $5. Third appearance of Ghost Rider, December 1972, number 7. These were pretty cheap to get like a year ago or two. I picked up a bunch of them for like $5 a piece. Maybe it's just I just hit the right place. I don't know. I don't ever look at the prices on these Marvel books on eBay. So you usually don't buy Marvel or DC silver or bronze on eBay. Only Golden Age books. Thor number 188, The End of Infinity. So you can see I have a lot of good reading to do. Who does that? I want to say it's another Sal Buscema. Or it could be John Buscema. No, that's right. I got mixed up with the Avengers. It wasn't John Romita Jr. or Sr. It was John Buscema that he was interviewing. John Buscema said he didn't remember anything about the work on his Avenger run. What about that one? These are cool books. These are still pretty affordable. And this is a really good run. It's where Ant-Man becomes, or Hank Pym becomes Ant-Man again in Marvel feature. I think, yeah, it's actually in this issue. He becomes Ant-Man once again. Mike Friedrich on the script, Herb Trimp on the art, July 72. What's up, Mastodon? Man, I didn't even think I'd get this many people in here. So let's continue with, I have 2 copies of this. I remember, I'm going to read it again, but I remember reading this already. I liked it. I thought it was a really great story. Whirlwind is unveiled as somebody that works for Janet Pym, and he's really kind of wanting to marry her, and she rebuffs him, and he gets pretty pissed off. Again, it's Mike Friedrich on the script, Herb Trimp, or Trimping on the art. November 19, and I have 19.7 and nothing after it. So that's got to be 1972. Really cool cover, too. This is a great run. I picked this one up in Utah when I was there for my daughter's wedding. Number 9, May 1973. Not too crazy about him going to stab a cat, but you got to do what you got to do when you're protecting your woman. Are all the, yeah, these are actually in the let me show you. I've seen these before because people are getting them to sample. A lot of big channels. I can get them. I get them really cheap, 100 a bag, half the price of regular My Lights. So I just put all my books in these now. I don't put them in nothing else. The shop has everything from magazine, golden age, silver, bronze, and current. 100 a bag, $100, $100, 100 sleeves in one bag for less than 15 bucks. So that's pretty good compared to the other My Lights. I just picked this. Did I just pick up this one recently? I think I did. Yeah. This is an unofficial DC crossover. There's a big wide spread in the centerfold with the hint of Green Lantern being passed out under the table. His hand is like up here. You see the ring, and there's tea that's spilled. It's yellow. And then on the other side of the page, you have a guy serving the tea. He looks like Green Arrow. And you have Colonel Fury making a reference to him as a guy with a beard and something. So like a reference to Green Arrow. So it's pretty cool. And this, at this time, the Green Arrow, Green Lantern run was on hiatus. Denny O'Neil's and Neil Adams' run had finished. So this is August 74. Frank Bruner on the art, Steve Englehart on scripts. I think it was right when that series came to an end. What's up, Mr. Gretzky? Yeah, it's a Bruner cover. Oh my goodness, Bruner is just, his cover is gorgeous. The detail that he puts in, oh my goodness. I have never seen a Bruner cover I'd never liked. You could get that one pretty cheap. I paid $5 for that. And in the Key Collector app, it only references the Green Lantern crossover, but not the Green Arrow. So I sent Nick an email saying, "Man, you gotta list the whole Key. You can't just put part of it in there." What else? Oh, how about a Gil Kane cover? Iron Man's definitely conservative. He's on campus, and the liberals are just egging him on, throwing eggs at him, firecrackers. Calamity on campus. That was the 70s, man. Big protests going on. Vietnam War. Of course, Iron Man is a Vietnam superhero. That was his origin. Number 45. This is another, is this a Bruner cover? I don't know. This might be a Plug. Fear, number 12, 1973. I think that's a Plug cover. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got the red background, you got the yellow lettering. So that definitely makes it look really cool. You got the purple pants. That seemed to be a thing with Marvel, purple pants. Oh yeah, you can't beat Good Girl Kane cover. No way. How about this one? Unknown Worlds number 1. This is a heavy Bronze Age short box, it looks like. That's a cool cover. Reminds me and my wife are watching oh now I can remember the name of the show. My Favorite Martian on Crackle. And I forgot how good that show is. And then you have Bill Bixby from the Hulk on there. Oh, it's a Jim Starlin cover? Oh, okay. So that's a Jim Starlin cover. Man, I'm glad that I have you guys for friends. I'd be leading people astray. I just picked this one up, 50 cent bin. Second ongoing Judge Dredd series. First original story in a number 1, though. Because the first number 1 in the first series was a reprint from the 2000 AD magazine. Not really the most dynamic cover, though, I think. But it is cool. Quality comics. That's from 1986. This was a dollar bin find. I have a second copy of Adventures of the Planet of the Apes. Really cool cover. Love it. Good fond memories of the original Planet of the Apes movies. It was really ahead of its time. I remember watching when Phil Donahue interviewed the makeup artists on his show. So if you're as old as I am, you might remember that. Reminds me of Altered Beast. Oh man, that's going way back to early 80s. I saw Unknown Worlds 3, 4, and 5 today for $1. How much were they? This is low grade, but I got it. Got the number 1. Let me change this comment here. Always a cool looking character, Tarantula. How the heck he walks around with those boots, I'll never know. But definitely a cool character, especially to go against Spider-Man. He reminds me of that one guy who's I forget in Spanish, it's the Eagle. Who fought that guy in the Copper Age? El Aguilagro. I don't know how to say it. Tarantula is always the same position every cover. That's true. What was it, Spider-Man 125 or something like that he was on the cover? $2, man. You should have grabbed them. This was a 50 cent find. I couldn't believe it. Mike Plough cover, number 2, November 1972. Can you believe this? I bought this like 4 years ago. I still haven't read it. It's just how my reading is. I just pull random books, read random books. Here, let me show you my reading piles right here. I just restacked my reading pile today. So these are books that I got from BWD on Instagram or Jesse Lynch. All these giants. Actually, I wanted to buy them from him, and he wouldn't let me. He said, just forget about them, and I'll send them to you in a little bit. So those are all on my reading list. This is another one that he sent me right here. And then I have a modern comic. I don't even know what it is. It's number 1. I don't even know what it is because it's a virgin cover. This DC's number 1. I actually read number 1 already. I didn't like it, I'm going to reread it again just to see, because I don't like zombies and I think they're overdone. So every time there's a new series with zombies, I'm like, can't they come up with something original? And then the triple bondage cover. Got this at a flea market for $5. And all new costumes from the 60s. They change over to the 70s. All the fans had sent in new costumes for the girls and the guys. Yeah, any stories that have to do with apps and phones and zombies, I'm like, it's been done to death. Come up with something more original. Anyways, back to this, number 5. I got to put this one in Mylar. Egghead. Not to be confused with the Egghead from DC. Didn't DC have an Egghead too? I'm reading the comments here. 134. What are you talking about? Tarantula? Let me see here. What do I have? Some more. Is this Bruner? I don't think that's Bruner. Marvel Premiere number 8. Doctor Strange is a really cool character. This is a Bruner cover. Marvel Premiere number 14. I just read an issue where it was the last issue of the Silver Age, where he has the full black mask. And they tried to change the character. I think Stan Lee wanted to see if they could change him. I guess he wasn't getting the sales anymore. And they made him the master of the black arts. And they had the black face covered completely. I thought he looked really cool. But I never picked up on that they changed him to the master of the black arts. I don't know how I feel about that, but obviously it didn't sell. So they canceled him until what, 72 or 73? For like 2 or 3 years. And they retooled him a little bit. This was 50 cents. No, I'm sorry. This was $15. I couldn't believe it. I never thought I'd own this because I didn't want to pay the high money for it. And there it was sitting in the bin for $15. First appearance of Iron Fist. And guys, I passed at the shop. It was $7.50 for $10. Is it Hulk 102, the first solo? It was low grade, so it was missing the back cover, and the front cover had 4 rips in it at different spots like this, but it was still hanging all together for $10. And I kept thinking about it, man. And I'm looking online and seeing that 1.8s are going for like $80 or $100. And I'm like, dang, I should not have left that there. Oh, cool. I forgot about him. I didn't. Vincent Price played him. Nice. That was what I like about you, Mike. The book could be 80 years old and you still read it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'll read anything once, but I'm a stickler. If I read something like a number 1 and I don't like it, I won't buy anymore. I'm surprised I'm going to read the Deceased again. So this book was $75 on the wall. I talked him down to 35, and we've been talking for about an hour before that. So he goes, "Yeah, I know you're a collector. You're not going to try to resell it and make money," which I wouldn't do that. And then I went to the Comic Fest and there was another one there, same grade for $30. Should have grabbed it. But, oh well. It is what it is. What else we got in here? Man, a lot of Marvel. I just like this one because I bought it off eBay, $5. I like Crystal Ball or Hourglass covers. Big Town was a radio show in the 50s. And then DC, or TV show, sorry, it says right there. TV show. Never seen it. I have to check on YouTube to see if it's even up there. And I don't even know what number that is. Number 43. What's up, Jackson Roy Kirk? Damn, all my peeps are coming in here. Wow, 13. I feel special, man. Picked this one up in New York City when I was visiting with Jesse Simon, Joe Simon's grandson, at the shop Time Machine down in Manhattan. Thought it was a cool horror cover with Superman. That's Action Comics number 349. Kurt Swan cover, it looks like to me. Can you see that was almost 2 years ago and I haven't even read it yet? What's up, Bobs? Wow. Bobs, man, I feel privileged now. How's it going? You know, you didn't buy that one comic that I sent you the cover, and I thought about it. I wanted to get it, and it was gone. Who knows this show? I used to watch this show. It's so funny. Before work at like 5:30 in the morning, every morning I would watch this show. Oh my goodness, I'd laugh so much. I don't know if it's this show. It was the Phil Silvers show. So it may have been this, but this is Phil Silvers right here. But man, this is number one too. If it was $10 on eBay, it doesn't even have the number on the front of the cover. It's weird. But man, the Phil Silvers show, it was just so funny. Oh, no problem. Anytime I see a good girl, Golden Age that I don't want, I'm sending it to you. See if you want it. This looks like a Severin cover. John Severin, War is Hell, number 3. Man, I must have bought this book like 6, 7 years ago. I've never read it yet. I think I had this 5 and 9. I couldn't even tell you where I got it. This is one of the few brown background covers that I like. Brown backgrounds just don't do it for comic books. Good Thor cover, though, slamming the hammer down. Number 229. This is actually the first appearance of the Dweller in the Darkness. And this has the first appearance of Wolverine in the ad from Hulk 181 before the book was released, November 1974. Probably not. That's the late 80s, early 90s. Walt Simerson. I'm guessing if it's the 90s, I definitely don't have it. I mean, I couldn't be sure, but most likely I wouldn't. I don't have a lot of stuff from the 90s Marvel, not too much. Late 80s. Most of my Marvel and DC stuff are from 86 and older. And then it gets spotty after that. So I showed Giant Size Supervillain Team Up number 1. Here's number 2. Killer Submariner, Doom cover. He's got the Reed Richards suit on there that keeps him hydrated. Who does that cover? I couldn't even tell you. Oh, it looks like a Gil Kane cover. If you look at the muscles on Namor's arm, I'm going to guess that's Kane. I think there's a cool Dahlman book with an hourglass cover. Is that the Super Comics one? I have some Dahlman, but no hourglass. I have a Doom Patrol hourglass, a Batman hourglass. I really don't keep track of them, though. I mean, I don't have a whole lot. It's just if I see them, I want to buy them. Iron Man 21. George Tuska cover, I'm going to say. Not a big fan of his art. His Iron Man suit just didn't look metal. It looked more rubber. But that's just my opinion. But, of course, I love it anyway. Oh, yeah. Here's a killer Gil Kane cover. Iron Man 50. Okay, pay attention, Steve. This is your man. Princess Python. Is that the first appearance of her? Probably not. Then we got a Michael Plume cover coming up. Attack of the Abominable Snowman. Boom, boom, boom. Rubberman. Oh, my arm's getting better, man. I'm lifting all these comics and it's not hurting. But we did that thing. I forget what the company's called. We sent in all our videotapes from the last 20 years and just paid to get them all digital at one time. We just got them back yesterday. I spent 5 hours making one video out of a family video, and my arm was killing me after that. And then we got it looks like to be, another Severin cover with also Doom, Cole, number 3. Man, you can pick these books up. They're cheap and high grade still. One day they'll catch on, but for now, that book, that's probably like maybe a 9.0, 9.2, $3. Heck yeah. Oh, Steve's up here. What's up, man? Did you finish reading your comics? Finished the movie, and now we are watching you live. Ooh, I'm dead. Another Cole, number 7. Another Severin cover. Man, those covers are beautiful. Yeah, you could pick these up cheap, and they read really good. If you like Conan, you'll love this. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 years ago before I ever read a Conan book, and I have about 75% of the run. I never read them. I thought, oh, I'm not into that. I'm not into sword and sorcery or barbarian stuff. First time I read a Conan book, I was hooked. It was just so good. I am a big fan now. Okay, so here we go. Man Thing versus Swamp Thing. I'm a Man Thing. I like Man Thing much better than Swamp Thing. For me, the whole Man Thing, Fear and series was consistently written really good. Where Swamp Thing was really, in the beginning, it was good and it fell off. Then it got hit and miss. But Man Thing was always good. And it has one of my favorite first appearance of villain in it, the Fool Killer. I got one more comic to read before I go to bed. Which comic are you reading? Hopefully it's not a good girl cover or a comic. Funny Animal. Then we got a Plug. Yep. Man Thing Plug. Number 6. Oh, it's a Swamp Thing. Oh, yeah, I know, Steve. Steve, you're a Swamp Thing guy. I know that all day long. The other Steve from Charlton, he's a Man Thing. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see the last episode of The Boys? Did you see that when they were in that crazy mental hospital or whatever where they're housing the rejects, and that I forget the black guy's name. He gets that thing wrapped around his neck. That was, oh my gosh, that was, oh. So I don't want to spoil it if you're watching the show. But if you have seen the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. That was crazy. That was crazy. Another Blue cover. I think Man Thing number 7. Steve, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Steve Caldwell, why do you like Swamp Thing better than Man Thing? Because look at these covers. Another Blue cover. He's giving Bernie Wrightson a run for his money, man. Number 9, Death Watch. Number 10, Gil Kane cover. Nobody Dies Forever. Number 14, the most startling slime creature of all. Man Thing. Yeah, Jackson, those coals are nice. And they are cheap. So who out there has seen the last episode of The Boys? I'm telling you, that was a freaky scene. And the scene with in the beginning with the doppelganger, that was disgusting. I can't believe they put that in there. It kind of made me mad. I skipped over that right away. Number 19. He has more to say. Maybe in the dialogue, but in the story wise, Man Thing says more. Giant size me, man. We've been down there though. And whoa, man, how many of these do I have? Number 21, the last one. Gil Kane cover. Scavenger. Lunatic on the corner. On every corner. Then we got some Marvel Premiere 18. Iron Fist. Nice kicking cover. Is that John Byrne? Let me see. I believe it. I don't know. I would say John Byrne, but the girl does not look like Byrne. That looks more like Kane. Look at her legs. They look like pretzels. I mean, you got to really look at them to notice that those are actual legs because they look really weird. This has the climax of Iron Fist Awesome Origin. Oh, yeah, it says right here, second part of first Iron Fist Origin, October 74. These are books that I don't know if you can still pick these up cheap, but I've been finding these for years. And this is the best way to read Spider-Man because you don't have to pay the big money for the books. Marvel Tales number 17, and these early issues have like 4 or 5 different stories in them. They're square bound. When I was a kid, I loved reading these because they're a really cheap way to read the Spider-Man stuff that, were more expensive. The Heap, that's who you like. I have some Heaps. That's funny. Let me show you something. I was reading this book here last night, or actually finished reading it. It took me 2 nights to finish. I was actually seeing if I could find some of these on eBay, but there was none. The British Frankenstein editions. Look at this. It has nothing to do with the character, though, from Hillman. It actually may. Yeah, it is. That is the Heap. Look, he right there. The Hillman character. I just thought it was so late, I probably forgot about this book. Let me see this. Oh, yep. That's what it is. It's the Hill. That's weird because it's Surprise Comics. So I showed these off in the beginning. I just picked that up for 20. My comic shop, 20, my comic shop. Stories in here, every one of them was really good. And then I picked that up for 50. And I've been playing the crap out of this game. This game is so fun. Open world, so fun. I bought that and I bought this game here. It's sad to say, even though the graphics and the gameplay is good, the game's not fun. It's just so repetitive. I just didn't want to play it anymore. It's the same thing over and over. Maybe if you play 2-player or 3-player, it might be funner. Let me see what Steve's saying here. Those Marvel Tales, Marvel Superheroes. Oh yeah, definitely. I was actually blessed to get the first 2 issues of Marvel Tales and the first 2 issues of Marvel Superheroes. Not Marvel Superheroes. I think the Collector Items Classic. One of the 2. I got number 1 and number 2 of both series for pennies. Okay, some DC. So what was it? Was it Marvel Tales was the very first reprints ever in Marvel Comics, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So Adventure Comics 167, Death of Fear Lad, Jim Shooter, scripts, Kurt Swan art. I got this for like 50 cents. I bought a whole short box of this whole run of the run like 5 years ago at the flea market. eBay purchase, like $7. House of Mystery. It's not a Jack Kirby and Joe Simon cover, but it looks like it is. That guy looks like a Joe Simon art. I never looked at, I think I did look it up. I'm pretty sure it's not them, but it always looked like it to me. That's why I wanted it. October 62. You can always tell by this. This big box with the 12 is 1962. Then you got, who's read this? Saka McGee. I always hated that. It was so annoying, that Saka McGee. He had to say like every 2 sentences. But I like the concept of it. The readers send in their own heroes, and then DC uses them in the story. And I actually like the 80s, the reboot in the 80s too. Another House of Secrets. Now, if you're watching Stargirl, you know that this is the villain in season 2. I never liked that villain. I thought he was so boring. He has this like little black jewel, and he looks through it, and I don't know. Some of these House of Secrets are just really terrible, but they're cool. They're cool. The covers are cool. I like the nostalgic feel of them. I read them, but some of them are hard to get through. I guess maybe they were just afraid of crossing the comic code, and that's why they're so sterile. Good. I just picked this up. I think it's my second copy. And didn't you show this, Bubs? Somebody showed this. First and last appearance of Shazam Squadron of Justice, Bullet Man, Bullet Girl, Spy Smasher, Mr. Scarlet, Pinky, and Ibis. Justice League in 135, October 76. I know somebody either showed this on Instagram or in a video. Pretty cool comic. The Golden Age team, first and last appearance. And I don't even know, is that Cole? Because they fought a King Cole character in the Marvel family. Love this here. Floating Heads, the banner, screams 1970s. This thing, man, I bought this earlier this year. It's like super high grade. It's like a 9.6, maybe 8 for $1, even though it's a brown background. Who's leaving a high grade Bronze Age Superman in a dollar bin? Not me, especially if it's a nice grade. You did show it. I thought you did. My memory does work once in a while. There you go, DS. Some more Unexpected, 48 pages. Nick Cardy cover, The Edge of Madness. Love these, man. Especially when you get them cheap and they're really nice shape. Then we got another one. I think, what is this? This is Jack Sparling cover right here. Jack Sparling was a Golden Age Batman artist, I believe. School for Fear. Oh, yeah. 52 pages for 25 cents. They gave us 4 more. March 72. Who was alive? Who wasn't alive yet? Young guys, raise your hand. Who wasn't alive yet? 1972, I would have been 4 years old. All right. Oh, wow, another Man Thing. Did I just show this one? Maybe I have 2 in here. Man Thing, unless I put it in the front, number 70, number 21, Gil Kane cover. Let me look in here and see if I already showed that. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. That's always a surprise and a pleasure. Now somebody will get that in an A-OK. This is a really nice cover too. Witching Hour number 23, 1972. It's like that blue background. It's now monthly. Yay. Come share my shroud. Great character, terrible artist on this run. Frank Robbins. Man, I'm so mad because Morbius is such a cool character. Frank Robbins did not do him justice at all. Enter into Fear number 29. Gretzky was born in 78. Dang, you're a toddler, man. So you're 42. January 72. I couldn't read yet. I was 2 months old. You could read Your Mama's Titty. That's always a pleasure. You love Robbins? Okay, I won't diss on him too bad. I like his stuff like more in the golden age than I did for Marvel. And then we got Furry Beast, Amazing Adventures number 12. So Steve Codwell, didn't you pick up his first appearance recently, which was at number 11? Nice cover. One Avenger, Dead on Arrival. Nice yellow cover with the red lettering. Okay, some Cat, man. Number 124. Nice cover. Who does that? I cannot tell who does that cover. Maybe you guys can tell me. Nice clean pencils. Picked up first Blue Beast. Blue Beast? Oh, yeah, Blue Beast. Oh, so it was Furry Beast, then Blue Beast. I got it. Great Gargoyle, man. He's another one of my favorite villains. Every story in the Silver and Bronze Age that he's in is really good. His power is just so unique. It makes the stories compelling. That Avengers with George Perez, where he solidified Iron Man and Daredevil in the middle of the street, that's one of my favorite Avengers issues. Okay, so Frank Robbins is your man. There you go. There's your Frank Robbins cover. Queen of the Werewolves. Yeah, his art is quirky. For me, his art is better for like crime comics than superhero. Oh, we haven't done any Daredevil. Stiltman. Okay, guys, tell me, does his head always remind you of a flash bulb on a camera? Every time I see him, that's all I think about. He looks like a flash bulb. Who remembers flash bulbs on cameras? Man, that was years ago. Remember you had to put that little square bulb on there, and then before the square one, they had the one that has the glass bulb and it had the metal backing like that. I'm surprised Stiltman lasted as long as he did. He's just such a ridiculous villain. Not that he couldn't be written well by a good writer, but just the whole concept of the stilts. I don't know. Your grandpa had one? My wife would collect Polaroid cameras when we go to yard sales. Who remembers those Polaroids where the take out the film, you go like this, and then you watch the picture appear on it? Those were good for if you wanted to take private photos. I was actually watching Professor of Rock, and he was talking about Tom Schultz from Boston, the group Boston. And Tom Schultz was an inventor that worked for Polaroid. or Kodak, one of the two. I think it was Polaroid, though. Yeah, it was Polaroid. Tom Schultz invented a lot of stuff for the cameras for Polaroid, which I thought was really cool. Beautiful Gene Colan cover. This is a two-part issue from Tomb of Dracula and then Doctor Strange. Beautiful. Gene Colan is a master of motion in art. His art looks like it's living. It's moving constantly. Look at the circles and swirls. And Kodak Instamatics. I thought it was the Polaroid. No, the Polaroid had that accordion front thing. You opened it, it popped out. And here's another Gene Colan cover. Man, look at that. It just comes alive. I'm telling you, nobody does motion in art like he does. No, I'll never be able to unsee that again. Unsee what? Oh, the flash bulb? We haven't done any Fantastic Four, so here we go with the man, I don't know who does this cover. I think it's Sal Buscema. 118, January 118, number 118, January 1973 or 4, I don't know. Thunder in the Ruins. And you got Lockjaw on the front. The Lovable Lockjaw. This is a cool cover. Buckler and Sinet. Killer Doctor Doom, number 156. I love Buckler's like so precise pencils, stiff and like regal. FF 157, Buckler Sinet again, Carnage at Castle Latvia. Miter Key, which one? I haven't written anything on the back of these. I need to research them. And then number 160 with the Archon the Annihilator. The Lockjaw cover. All right, you got me curious now. Let me see this. It's a pretty decent grade copy, too. Let's see if Nick has it listed. I like how he updated the app, and the most popular, you can type in 3 letters, and the most popular title will come up. It's not listed in here. What is it? What's the key? Nick doesn't have it listed. What is the key, Bob? Second appearance of Lockjaw? Thunder in the Ruins. This is the second appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Yes, second appearance. So they appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 18. Thanks. September 1974. Oh, I've been looking for this for a while. I finally found it in a dollar bin. I couldn't believe it. And this book goes for a little bit of money, or it says it goes for. Some of the books, they say they go for money, so they want to be something, but they're not. You can find them for really cheap. It has this junk. I see a shadow there. Man, speaking of junk, if you've seen the last episode, I think it's episode 5 of The Boys. I'm not going to spoil it, but It was disgusting. Let's just say one of the inmates had a superpower involving his junk, and it was bigger than an elephant's nose, and it wrapped around one of the guy's necks through a window. Oh, I picked this one up. Oh, what did I pay for this? I think I paid like $50 for it, maybe $40. High grade, 8590. Origin, the Nick Fury and Shield, classic cover by Jim Steranko, Roy Thomas on the scripts. September 68. I was looking for a while to find the best grade I can. It's hard to find a good grade in this thing. This cover tends to yellow easy. I saw some 7.5s, 8.0s that people were wanting $50 for, and the covers were yellow on them. What are we at here? How long we been going? How long we been? Okay, about 15 more minutes. Outlaw Kid, Severin cover from what it looks like. Nope, Trimp, Herb Trimp, number 24. Definitely a Atlas reprint, but original cover, 6-gun payoff. Yours is yellow? Yeah. I'm telling you, it's hard to find them in white. This one's not like bone white, but it's not yellow like a lot of them are. And I almost pulled the trigger. This one was almost pulled the trigger on the other one. It was on auction. And either way around, one of them was buy it now, one was on auction, and I almost bought the other one. No, I think the other one was on buy it now, and it had made an offer, and I was waiting to bid on this to see if I won it, and I did win it. So, and I didn't overbid. I picked up a bunch of these at a shop about 45 minutes from here, and I read one issue so far, and it was really good. This is written so good, and the one that I read was the one where it's Sergeant Fury's first time at boot camp. It was a really good issue. His sergeant was just busting his balls. I was laughing the whole time I was reading it. This is the first appearance of Captain Savage as the skipper. Okay. Number 10. And of course, Jack Kirby covers. Number 17. April 65. While in the Jungle. I picked up 2 annuals too. Man, those things took a long time to read. They were so thick. December 65. That was 25. Here's one of the annuals, number 6. Really nice copy too. These were all $3. I won this in an auction, and I don't even know how. I didn't want it. So this is like the second book I've ever won. I don't know how I got it or how I won it or why I bid on it. Maybe it's just I fall asleep while I'm boom. Oh shoot. I just won a comic. Submariner. Terrible pose. Terrible pose. Number 30, October 70. Who does that? Oh no, I don't know. I don't know who does that, but I just never liked that cover. Tales to Astonish, Giant Man on the Trail of the Human Top. Thank goodness they changed his name to Whirlwind. He was kind of a kooky supervillain. Then when they changed him to Whirlwind, he became super cool. That's from 1964. Did you buy a short box or just find it? No, I just pulled one out from over here. So all these back here are just stuff that I buy and then shove it in a box from modern to golden, no particular organization until I read it. Once I read it, I stack it back there and then I put it in alphabetical order in the long boxes. So I did a video like this a couple weeks ago and everybody liked it. So I haven't done any content. I'm going back to work, and work is just booming big time. I get up at 6 and I work till 8:30 at night between driving and then doing the work and all that. It's just I get home and I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make any videos. December 66, number 84, super adaptoid. Adaptoid. Reminds me of Altoids. Remember those in the tin box, the Altoids? So Mark, how are you doing, man? I just watched your video today, your Jambo Comics entry. I wanted to do one, and I had it in mind, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I'm just chilling. I mean, I had to run errands and stuff today. We just got a new central AC unit, and for some reason, the filter is the oddest number. Nobody carries it in town. And we ordered it off Amazon, and when they shipped it to us, they sent us the wrong ones, and it's got to be replaced every 3 months. Well, today's the day, and we don't have a filter. So I ran around town looking for this filter. Nobody had it, so now I had to order it again off Amazon. And I looked at my Amazon order. I ordered them 3 months ago, and I looked at my Amazon app, and it said, your order for return is over. I'm like, it cost $45. I'm like, you got to be kidding. Well, they took it back. So now we got to get the filters. And so just to make a short story shorter, I guess, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. When I'm off now, different schedule. I work on the weekends. My wife works long hours. So when I'm home, I do the dishes, the laundry, keep the house clean. Of course, then after all that, I eat my breakfast. And by the time I don't want to make any content. Let's me just shut up and show a comic book. Tales of Suspense. That's another one. I don't like the pose on this. Power Man, which they had to DC. Stan Lee stopped producing the character because DC complained that it was too close to. Wait, is it Power Man? Wait a minute. No, they had Wonder Man, and DC complained to him that it was too much like Wonder Woman. So he got rid of Wonder Man, and they brought Power Man in. And then what happened? Then DC created Power Girl. Dan talks about that in several different interviews. Thor with the odd 15-cent circle issue, number 192. Killer cover. The Day of the Demolisher. Better than I deserve. That's your mantra. This is a cool cover. Power of the Protector, Thor 219. Thor had some great Bronze Age covers. I mean, even though I like Kirby, I don't know, some of the Kirby covers in the Silver Age seemed like he was just how you take cards and he was just throwing these covers out so quick that not a lot of them were his best work. Because Kirby is, if he sets his mind to something, he can make it look so good. Thor without his pants. Second appearance of Firelord. Thor number 226. I think this was in a 50-cent bin. Pretty sure. Every time I see that, it reminds me I found it in a 50-cent bin. Okay, quickly, another Thor. Gil Kane. Gil Kane does the best lizard dinosaurs ever, in my opinion. He does those circle tile, the scales, so cool. Blade discovers he's immune to vampirism because he is part vampire. Our Wolfman, Gene Colan, April 74. Number 19. Number 28. I pick up all the issues in between the keys because those keys are expensive. But if you haven't read this series, it is so good. Here's that second parter to the Doctor Strange. Gene Colan, beautiful cover. Blade guest stars. Oh yeah, I saw this on eBay. I had to get it. The Revenge of the Rattler. He just looks like a really cool supervillain for a Western comic book. Two Gun Kid, number 888. It's the first appearance of the Rattler. What do you know? Then we got somebody just showed this. I forget who. Warlock number 8. Warlock was a really cool character. Of course, when Jim Stalin took over, he made him even better. Good team up book. Battle cover. Man, I need to show this in a battle cover video. When Dracula strikes. I got to read this. I wonder who wins. I hope it's not one of those ones where they become pals. First appearance of Elvira in comic books. Special issue celebrating Halloween. It went on sale September 1985, but it says January 86. There you go. There you go, Bubs. Some cheesecake. A-OK from Lady Fantastic, I believe. Or, yeah, I think this is from her. Jack Kirby cover, another one that he just threw out there real quick. Beautiful. These ones I might have showed recently. Oh, man. Any chicks in black leather with guns? I'm there, baby. Oh, yeah. First appearance of Amadeus Cho as the Hulk. First appearance of Lady Hellbender. Yeah. Hey, you guys woke now? Woke up? Pick that up. I almost bought 4 new comics, and I went and put them back, and then I bought this. Love this cover. This is the Marvel Legends reprint Psylocke cover. Jim Lee. Oh, yeah. Why are her legs so thick on the bottom? Okay, gotta jet. See you later, Mark. Just wanted to poke my head in. Have a great weekend. Love me some Elvira. I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do love Elvira. Crazy number 1 from issue, 3-part series, and then it went to the magazine format. And then last book, guys. Second ongoing series of Combat Kelly, John Severin cover. And that's it. That's all I got. That's the random short box. So I hope you enjoyed the eye candy. Get out there and do like Bub says, read a comic. Do like Night Tiger says, read 2 or 3. I have to go to work tomorrow, make some more money so I can buy some more Golden Age comic books. I just won a book, Bubs, yesterday, or was it today or yesterday? Tip Top Comics number 54, but it's the first and only superhero cover in the whole run. It has this odd superhero called Triple Threat, and it's 3 brothers, and they dress in the same costume, and they all have a different. They don't have superpowers per se, but they have skills like electronics, explosives, and something else. Really weird. Ended up winning it for too much. I put in, I think, like $24. I was so mad that someone outbidded me at the last second. I just kept hitting that bid button, and then I won it for $65. It is what it is. It is pretty scarce book. Okay, so we got 1 minute left. We did pretty good. You guys, thanks for joining me and putting up with my crap. And I'll probably do this again. I want to make content, but I'm just exhausted. I'm happy to be working, but they are working me like a dog. I'll tell you what happened. I had to load a semi of axles and tires, and my hydraulic hose busted on my forklift. Sprayed me from head to toe in oil. I was just soaked, and it was raining out. And all I could think about was, let me get that forklift up on the trailer so at least I can get it out of there. It was late Saturday. Nobody was around to do work. I ended up loading 230 tires by hand. Man, that was walking through the fire. My second day back with the shoulder, but I did it. and I was happy. And now nothing can be any worse than that. So, all right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.